Imagine starting life in an orphanage, sewing clothes to get by, and rising from poverty to build one of the most iconic fashion empires in the world. That's the story of Coco Chanel, a woman who transformed the way women dressed and became a symbol of timeless elegance. From her difficult beginnings, Chanel's determination and vision led her to create a brand that still defines luxury and style today. Coco Chanel wasn't born into luxury. In fact, her early life was the opposite of glamorous. Born in 1883, Chanel was sent to an orphanage at the age of 12 after her mother passed away and her father abandoned the family. Raised by nuns, she learned to sew, a skill that would later become her ticket to freedom and success. Her early life of hardship shaped her into a woman of strength, resilience, and vision. Her first steps into the fashion world weren't easy. Chanel started out as a milliner, designing hats for the wealthy women of Paris. Her hat business grew quickly, thanks to her innovative approach of creating simple, elegant designs at a time when women's fashion was all about excess and complexity. But Chanel wasn't content with hats. She had bigger dreams of transforming how women dressed altogether. In the 1920s, Coco Chanel introduced clothing designs that would completely change the fashion industry. At a time when women were still forced into tight, uncomfortable clothing, Chanel broke all the rules. She replaced restrictive corsets with loose, comfortable garments that allowed women to move freely. Her designs were simple yet stylish, practical yet elegant. One of her most revolutionary creations was the Chanel suit, a sleek tailored jacket and skirt that transformed women's fashion and remains iconic to this day. But it wasn't just her clothing designs that made Chanel a leader. She had a sharp business mind and knew how to expand her brand into new areas. In 1921, she launched Chanel No. 5, a perfume that would go on to become one of the most famous fragrances in the world. Chanel wanted to create a perfume that was as bold and complex as the women who wore it. By collaborating with perfumer Ernest Beau, she developed a scent that broke away from traditional floral fragrances, using synthetic ingredients to create something entirely new. Chanel No. 5 was an instant success, and it elevated the brand to new heights. With its sleek, minimalist bottle design and unforgettable scent, it became a global symbol of luxury and sophistication. Chanel wasn't just a fashion designer, she was a brand builder, and her innovations in both fashion and fragrance set her apart from other designers of her time. However, Chanel's journey wasn't without challenges. During World War II, she closed her fashion house and disappeared from the spotlight. Many thought her career was over, but Chanel wasn't done yet. At the age of 71, she made a bold comeback in 1954, reopening her fashion house and reintroducing her classic designs. Her famous tweed suits and quilted handbags once again became must-haves for women all over the world. Before Chanel's rise, fashion was restrictive, dominated by corsets and complicated designs. After her success, Chanel transformed fashion, inspiring women to dress with comfort and elegant clothing. Her brand, once a humble hat shop, grew into a billion-dollar fashion empire. In fact, she helped lay the foundations of a fashion powerhouse, now valued at around $20 billion today. Coco Chanel wasn't just a designer. She was a leader who broke boundaries, challenged conventions, and created a legacy that continues to inspire generations. Her story reminds us that true leadership is about having the courage to challenge the status quo, the strategic mindset to grow a lasting brand, and the perseverance to thrive despite challenges.